So let's look at this June 24 question number 9, and it is kind of a little bit complicated question, so we're going to look at this. So you have an equation in y, and you also have, you're supposed to find the volume if it's rotated 360 degrees, and you've been asked to do a substitution in order to get into whatever they want us to get. So it says show that the volume of the solid is this. So it's a show that question. So we already know what we are dealing with. So let's start with the volume. So if I'm doing volume, I'm going to say pi y square. Sorry, a minute. So volume will be equal to pi y square dx, right? Y is already given to you, which is x to the power of negative half, negative quarter, sorry, and then root of 1 plus x. Now I'm going to write arctan as tan inverse of root x. Now if I have to do a y square, that's going to be the whole thing squared up here, the whole thing squared up here, and it's going to become x to the power of negative half. The denominator would become 1 plus x, and then tan inverse of root x, the whole thing squared. So I'm going to leave this here, and then now look at manipulating what is given to us here. So let's see. So it says you have to use tan u equals root x as your substitution. So now if I differentiate on both the sides, the differential of tan u will be sec square u. So it will be sec square u du, and the differential of root x will be half x to the power of minus half and dx. Now we haven't finished here because sec square u is nowhere to be seen in what we are doing. So we're going to use this and get sec square u. Now you know that 1 plus tan square u equals sec square u. That's the identity you know of. So you can say 1 plus tan square u will be x. So 1 plus x is sec square u. We know this. We are going to substitute this in here, which means 1 plus x du will be half x to the power of minus half dx. Okay, now we have most of the substitutions. We also need to take care of the limits. So when x is 1 over 3, tan inverse of root x, which is root 1 over 3, will give us the value of u, which is, so tan inverse of 1 over 3 is going to give us, so we're going degrees, and tan inverse of root 1 over 3 would be so I'm going to look at so that is in radians, and tan inverse of square root of 1 over 3 is pi over 6. So we have u equals pi over 6, and then if we do the same thing for root 3, we are going to get pi over, so there are two limits, which is pi over 3 and pi over 6. So going from pi over 3 to pi over 6. Now we're going to substitute it back in. I know I'm going to deal with that. So my volume equals pi, and I have my y square here. So x to the power of negative half dx over 1 plus x tan inverse of root x and dx. Now x to the power of negative half, you can get it from here. If you can see here, so if you can see here, it says this step here, it says x to the power of negative half dx is 2 times 1 plus x du. So this entire thing here is actually equal to this thing here. So if you look at, so x to the power of negative half dx would be equal to 1 plus x, so this thing here. Yeah, so this is where we are equating it to, and that's how I've got 2. I'm going to keep the denominator as 1 plus x. Now tan inverse of root x will be u. There's a square here, sorry, and that'll become u squared. Okay, sorry, I have an extra dx there. Okay, now you'll see that most of the things are going to cancel out. We have a pi there. 1 plus x and 1 plus x can be cancelled out. Your k becomes 2 pi, and this is du over u squared. So that's the answer for your part A. So you can see that you have found out that volume equals 2 pi and du over u squared. Now they say using algebraic integration, find the value of v in its simplest form. This should be pretty easy. We know our limits. We know it's from pi by 3. Oh, we need to put limits here. So this is going to be from pi by 6 to pi by 3. Okay, now you're going to integrate this, which becomes u to the power of negative 2 du. Again, you're going to use the limits here, and you can very easily find out what your volume would be. Please make sure you leave it in the form that it is required. Do not change it into a decimal. Yeah, so that is going to be minus 1 over minus 1, and then this is between pi by 6 and pi by 3, and I also have a 2 pi outside. So when you substitute this, you are going to get the answer that is in our mark scheme, which is going to be just 6. It's a very nice answer, and you could probably remember it.